How the heck is everybody doing? It is finally time for part 2 of our Isle Royale adventure. This is where the wilderness backpacking part of the trip takes place. We began our adventure. We went from Rock Harbor to Tooker's Island to Mosky Basin, which was about a 15-mile motorboat ride on the duck boat to about a 2.5 to 3 mile portage from Mosky Basin to Lake Ritchie. From there, we portaged to Intermediate Lake, which was like a half a mile. No, they said it was like 0.6, but really it was more like 0.8 to a mile. And then we paddled across Intermediate Lake, portage to Lake Siskiwit, and then went across Lake Siskiwit to the biggest island on the biggest lake, on the biggest island on the biggest lake. So our adventure begins at Tooker's Island and goes all the way to somewhere around Lake Ritchie. We had two videos from our portage trip just because it was like 40 minutes of high quality footage. So as opposed to making you guys watch a small short video, if you will, we split it up into two. You'll be getting the first half of our portage trip tonight, and the second half will be put out tomorrow. I apologize, guys. Still playing around with the editing. We had a lot of great footage, so we had to split it up into two. But we caught some awesome pike, got to see some awesome sights, and got to cover a lot of ground on Isle Royale. So, hope you guys enjoy. As always, happy adventures. Making coffee. It was actually successful. James only spilled a little bit of my water, but it's okay.
Well, I'm under the bus.
This guy here.
Actually, this year during fire training, they had a funny one.
Really?
Like, kind of making fun of all the other videos. This was a Mark III pump and like how to operate it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was so corny. They knew what they were doing. It was like, I don't know.
Was it intentionally corny?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
They did a really good job. Like, this
What
is
island?
hilarious.
What's the name of this island again?
This is not Tobin. What am I saying? It's Tooker's.
Tooker's. Okay. Correction, we are in Tooker's. I said something yesterday, but it started with a T, but it wasn't Tooker's. I don't know what it was. We're on Tooker's Island. We're leaving this destination, going to our next destination. The cool thing about the park service out here, which this fine lady is a part of, is they have awesome shelters like this for you to stay in. They're sturdy. They keep it out, roof over your head, 3 walls, screened in, and a surprisingly flat, splinter-free wooden floor. Not too shabby. A lot easier than setting a tent up in the dark. What would you call some of these bigger rollers? Maybe like 1.25?
Yeah.
Half. They look bigger because this is the trough.
So, Susie's cave is...
Oh, it's starting to come up a little bit. What's over there? Oh, okay. Go from Rock Harbor.
14 miles from Rock Harbor.
Okay.
12 from Fleet.
Well, we just completed our big boat ride. 14-mile ride, Rock Harbor to the back of Mosky Bay. We're a couple hundred yards out. We're gonna dock her. We're gonna condense some fishing and camping gear. We're gonna go hiking in, and we have a VIP hookup thanks to our good friend Kim. She's got access to a canoe that we're gonna be able to use to, we're gonna portage into the lake, get the canoe, paddle across the lake, portage into another lake, and stay on the biggest island, on the biggest lake, on the biggest island.
We're not gonna stay on it, but we're gonna go there.
We're gonna go there. We're not gonna stay there. I stand corrected. But biggest island, biggest lake, biggest island, biggest lake, something like that. We made it to the dock. You guys probably can't see that far, but there's been some serious ice damage at the end of the dock. But we are transferring the American flag from the boat to the packs, back to the boat, back to the packs, back to the boat kind of deal. We're in Mosky Basin. I don't know if I already said that. But our hike begins now, then our canoe paddling. And luckily we're not in James's canoe, because I don't like that canoe very much. And I'm leaving it up to his wife to keep me on the right side of the water in the canoe. He's not a very good canoer in my opinion. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have very many, but this is a pike killer. The white flukes. I had to consolidate 2 full bags of tackle into a 28-liter pack. And I know all of these things catch fish, but I've only got room for so many of them, so it's a game of sorting.
Oh, let's move this up.
So there's probably trout in one of these lakes that we're going to, you think? Okay, this is all I got for little trout spinners. I don't need the giant 5-pound box of soft plastics. You couldn't tell, I'm an ultralight fisherman.
Yeah.
I'm willing to like puff and puff to carry some extra weight if it increases my chances of catching fish. What are you racking, James? These are 2x10s or probably 2x12s?
14?
Maybe.
Maybe a 4x14? You know, like they're huge. You gotta be beefy.
Really? 15 feet deep?
Oh yes, we have very deep inland lakes because of the terrain.
Yeah.
So yeah, where they formed has been like an eroded basin or whatever.
Ooh. Little slip and sliding.
Yep.
We found ourselves our first, I didn't find it. Kim found me a wild strawberry. According to her, they don't get any bigger than that. So I'm gonna savor this.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Wow.
There's a lot actually.
And they're actually good too. I was expecting like I pick up, you know, a berry. Oh, thank you. I was expecting it to be a little more bitter, but it's not.
No, they're delicious. That was really good.
That would, if you could get a whole bag of those, that would make a nice strawberry jelly, I bet.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, we found this wild strawberry patch. We are now picking, well, I am resting because I had the lightest pack to begin with, but then obviously I had to bring fishing gear. So I'm probably closer to the heaviest. And I can't see these little berries very well. So we're gonna use it as a chance to relax.
Here's another berry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These are delicious. I would like find these like, oh, I found a raspberry. We are back on track after a quick little berry picking extravaganza. We're getting close, Kim says. I'm not tired yet. The question is how sore I'm gonna be after carrying way too much weight. But it'll be worth it. I'm gonna catch one fish, hopefully. We have made it to water. This is our first inland lake. What do we call this? Crossing? Crossing. We'll go with crossing. We are crossing this body of water.
There's a gigantic toad. It's like this big. Oh, there it goes. Can you see it in between? It's in between the sticks there. It's huge.
I bet the GoPro will see better than I will.
Yeah.
So I haven't even wetted a line yet since I've been here. We got here yesterday. So they are tromping off into the bush to go find this hidden canoe. I'm gonna cast a few times with what I got tied on. Spinnerbait is rather shallow, so I don't know if this is gonna work, but we'll give her a shot. We got some wicked wind that we probably have to paddle straight into. Definitely giving ultralight camping a whole new meaning with this get up here. This is just fishing tackle, raft. Gotta have an American flag during the 4th of July holidays. Yeti, probably not the best camping thermos, but keeps my water rather chilled. Rain gears, we got it all. Okay, everybody, well, I put the chest mount on so I could film this canoe thing, but all you guys are seeing is a beautiful 4th of July shot. But we're gonna go up to, we got our, I don't know the technical term, we got James in the front, we got Kim in the back, and I am sitting, what is it called? Princess. I am the princess of this canoe. I'm not allowed to paddle.
Duffer.
The duffer. Duffer as well. These are probably Boy Scout terms or words that are made up. It's hard to say, really. We are scouting our takeout point, And it potentially is somewhere up over here, but there's potentially a better spot. I'm gonna leave it to the pros to get me safely out of this very tippy watercraft.
A little bit of a shoal up ahead, but
Okay.
we'll be able to get around it and keep us maybe 10, 12 off the point.
Alright.
We survived. We made it to where we will be camping this evening. Rather windy, so I think we're gonna stash the gear here and go from there. Just in case, for whatever reason, James does throw me out of a canoe again, our stuff will at least be dry. Okay, I'd say I'm about halfway in. But here is how I have to blow up my alpaca raft. And this is not a bash on alpaca raft because this thing is built like Fort Knox. But the bag they give you to store it in and the inflator bag that you use to catch wind and blow air into this hole as opposed to this mouth nozzle could have been all welded, if you may say. So I didn't even bring the inflator bag because it has ripped at the stitches. So my buddy James is a good, male seamstress. So we will have him when we get back potentially help me out on fixing that bag. But I have to blow it up, the whole thing up by mouth. So I'm kind of taking that as a moment to talk to you guys so that I do not pass out from doing this. Inflated. I stood up, didn't pass out, that's good. Drying all my wet socks, wet boots, mostly from sweat, partially from canoeing. But load up fishing gear into here, set up camp, reconvene with the commune and see what we're doing next. In the spirit of ultralight hiking and fishing, I only brought 9 tackle boxes and 2 rods. I think honestly, my tackle box probably weighs more than my boat, which is definitely something that not a lot of people get to say probably. Okay. Set up camp now, I suppose. Cool thing about this spot is this is Ritchie Lake Canoe Campground. So technically, you're supposed to only camp here if you come in by canoe, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. All right, we're time to make this into a shelter. I'm fishing now. James is staring at the rock. Getting pretty excited. There's a, what is it, James?
I think it's calcite.
A calcite vein? Is it proper to say vein?
I think so. I'm no geologist.
We found a cool rock. We're gonna try to get a picture of it in the morning when the sun's hitting it. Not at the right angle at the current moment in time. I am gonna get into the raft after dinner and go mobile. The raft kind of drifts very quickly and I don't have an anchor or any sort of trolling motor other than my paddle. So it's still, the water's still moving a little too fast to drift fish successfully. So I'm gonna be patient, hoping that we can get into a little bit of maybe a topwater bite this evening. Still have no idea what kind of fish are in this lake, but I'm thinking it's gonna be pike. It looks very pikey. Wait to reel them in because this is a nice fish too, I think. Yeah, Kim, you could catch one. It's pretty easy. That is not going to go. Yeah, he was gonna get his way out. That wasn't big enough anyways.
Was that?
Yeah, it was a pike. I actually don't even, oh yeah, he just destroyed this not very expensive spinnerbait, so I have to tune this. I don't know if this thing would not handle a large fish. James, well, I got him. This might go, this is an eater. I can tell, God damn it! I should have packed the net in. Oh, I apologize for my language. I'm probably gonna have to learn on my editing software how to beat that out. But you guys know how it goes, you know. We're out here, we have gumbo Just add water, gumbo. We don't have fish, and I feel like gumbo is something you need fish for, and that was just a fish gumbo, and I lost him. All right, before I hook, reel in, and almost land my third pike, I'm gonna see how our dinner crew's going. Yeah. And it looks like it smells good. It would smell better if there was a pike in there, but that's my own fault. That one was a lot bigger too.
Really?
Working our way down these rocky edges, mostly because I'm wearing Crocs, partly because I can't see my footing all that well, thirdly because I want to sneak up on these giant fish. Ooh, this looks good. I'm working a spinnerbait. It is a rather inexpensive spinnerbait. It could potentially be why I'm losing fish. Could potentially be because it's barbless. Hard to say. I think the pike are potentially eating the blades and not so much the hook. Oh! Oh! I said it too soon. Maybe he'll come back. That was a 40. Probably a 12, but we'll go with 40. Okay, everybody, take 2 on the pack rat fishing adventure. I paddled out, maybe made it 25 yards, and killed the first GoPro battery, which I am very impressed with the new GoPro battery life compared to the one I have that was like 17 generations older than this one. But I had to turn around and come back and grab a battery so I can share this incredible fishing adventure in this giant yacht here with all of you. Oh, decent little hammer handle. Hey, bud, chill it. Ooh, why don't you shake yourself off? Why can't the small ones come off on their own? Jeez, well, that's what we got, guys. Little hammer handle. The ones that we're gonna be catching out of Mother Superior are gonna potentially be smaller, but they're gonna be they're gonna give me a shower, at least. He got himself off, though. I didn't even have to touch the slimy bugger. All right, guys, this is a 40. I gotcha, it's a snag. So the nice thing about this pack craft is it takes about 2.5 seconds to get to the end of your snag. Shining his light to make sure I knew how to get back to this unlit landing here. And this GoPro's good, so I'm hoping you guys, well, turn your headlamp back on. I'm hoping you guys can see the amount of bugs. And I kid you not, they are all mosquitoes. So we're gonna haul to get back to the tent, and we'll get at you tomorrow. Okay, I made it a point to make sure my tent was closed at all times, get in and out as fast as possible. And somehow there is at least 5 of the biggest flies I've ever seen in my life in here. So I'm using a crock as a fly swatter. I'm wounding them, but they have yet to drop. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Our adventures are powered by Hunters for Life and made possible by all of our great sponsors, including Adam Carpenter's Outdoor Show, Threads and Ink, Pike Dreamers Custom Lures, Superior Outfitters, Nemesis Baits, and as always, our good friends over at Mud Buddy Boats and Motors. Until next time, it's your Vice President, Scott Evans. Happy adventures.